So, let's talk about desire. Or maybe more accurately, how brands have tried to decode it for decades. We're going to dive into the story of how online marketing went from, just shouting at everybody to predicting what you want, sometimes even before you know you want it. Let's trace that code.
Okay, to really get where we are now, we have to rewind, way back. Back to the sound that started it all. That unmistakable screeching promise of a brand new world connecting one dial-up modem at a time. I want you to try and picture this. An internet with no Google, no Facebook, no iPhone. It's kind of hard, right? It was this vast, uncharted digital space where, honestly, nobody had written the rules yet. It was the absolute Wild West of the web. And right in the middle of that Wild West, this message appears. It was the first shot fired in the digital ad wars. A simple, almost cocky question on the very first banner ad ever. But see, this wasn't just an advertisement. Oh no, it was basically a prophecy for how we would all behave online for the next 30 years. So that brings us right into our first chapter, the first click. This is the digital Big Bang of the 1990s. A really chaotic but absolutely crucial time that all started with one single, game-changing click. And you'd think the first ad would be something crazy, but it was so simple, like unbelievably simple. No animation, no flashy colors. It was just a plain kind of grayish rectangle with that text on it sitting on hotwire.com. It was just an experiment, really, but what happened next? Well, it was explosive. And this right here shows you just how explosive it was. Get this, a staggering 44% of the people who saw that banner ad actually clicked on it. Let that sink in. 44%. Today, if an advertiser gets a click-through rate of 0.1%, they're celebrating. It just goes to show you how powerful that novelty was. It was new, it was direct, and it totally hooked those early internet users. But of course, that kind of success, it starts a gold rush, right? Everyone wanted a piece of the action. And with that gold rush came a brand new and very, very big problem. Just so much noise. If you were online in the early 2000s, you remember this. It was pure chaos. Your screen was just a battlefield of blinking, intrusive pop-up ads. Your email was overflowing with spam. Trying to find anything you were actually looking for? A total nightmare. The whole marketing strategy back then was basically just shout as loud as you can at literally everyone. But then, out of all that chaos, something new started to take shape. In 1998, a little company was founded with a huge mission to organize all the world's information. That company, of course, was Google. And it wasn't just another search engine. It was a promise to finally cut through all that noise. And this is where the entire game changed. With their new tool, AdWords, Google kicked off a revolution. Suddenly, marketing wasn't about who could shout the loudest anymore. It was about who showed up with the right answer at the exact moment someone was asking the question. Relevance. That became the new gold. But you know how it goes with technology. Just when we thought we had things figured out, the internet changed again. The power started to shift away from the big companies and the search engines, and it moved right into the hands of the users. This was the beginning of the social conversation. Just look at how fast this all happened. In a span of just a few years, the whole landscape completely flipped. Facebook is born in 2004, YouTube launches in 2005, and then the iPhone arrives in 2007. Bam, bam, bam. We went from just sitting back and consuming information to creating and sharing it ourselves. And the iPhone put that entire social world right into our pockets, all day, every day. So what this really shows is a huge shift in philosophy. Think about it. We moved away from what they call interruption marketing, which is, just yelling at people with ads, to something new called permission marketing. Now, brands had to earn it. They had to earn your trust. They had to earn an invitation to even be in your feed. They had to be liked. And the iPhone wasn't just a new phone. It changed everything about marketing. The very shape and speed of it. Suddenly, all your content had to be vertical to fit the screen. It had to grab someone's attention in 2 seconds. And it needed to know where you were, physically. The rules of the game were completely rewritten, just like that. And all this activity, every single click, every like, every share, every check-in, it was all creating something. It was generating this unimaginable tidal wave of information. And that wave carried us straight into the next era, the one ruled by data. Yeah, this was the real turning point. Big data arrived. See, now brands didn't have to guess who you were anymore. They knew. Every single thing you did online became a data point. And they went from making, educated guesses to knowing, with almost scary accuracy, exactly who you are, what you buy, and what you're probably going to buy next.
So, to survive in this new data-driven world, marketers had to get smart. A whole new strategy popped up called inbound marketing. The idea was actually pretty simple, but it was powerful. Instead of chasing customers down with ads, why not attract them? Create content that's actually useful, blogs, videos, guides. You become a helpful resource, not just another annoying interruption. And right around this time, something else started happening. We all got a little tired of the slick corporate ads, right? So the power shifted again. This time it moved away from the giant ad agencies on Madison Avenue and went to regular people, individuals in their own homes. The influencer was born. And they offered the one thing that big brands couldn't fake: authenticity, a real personal connection. Which, believe it or not, brings us pretty much to today. We're now in an era that isn't just about collecting data anymore. Oh no, it's about having powerful artificial intelligence that can understand all that data and act on it instantly.
And the digital world right now, it's really a battleground. You've got this constant tug of war between us wanting more privacy, but also expecting everything to be perfectly personalized for us. You have generative AI that can spit out entire marketing campaigns in seconds. And in the middle of all of it, everyone is fighting for the one thing that's truly scarce: just a few seconds of your attention. This table really does a great job of summing up the whole journey. I mean, look at it. We started in the 90s with the shoot at everything that moves approach. Then the 2000s came along and it was all about, okay, just be there when they search for you. The 2010s were about building communities and trust on social media. And now the whole game is about using AI to predict what you need before you even know you need it. So all of this leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? I mean, it's one thing to see an ad for something you were already looking for. It's a whole different ballgame to have an algorithm predict your desires and maybe even shape them for you. It really makes you wonder, where is all this headed? And how much prediction are we actually okay with? Because at the end of the day, the separation is gone. This whole journey, from that simple gray banner all the way to today's predictive AI, it shows us one thing very clearly. Every single part of how we connect, how we share, how we buy, it has been completely reshaped. Digital isn't just one marketing channel among many anymore. It is the entire landscape.